Rumor has it there's some sort of beast walking through Hyrule, and if you go from stable to stable, you'll hear rumors about this monster walking in different locations and people that claim they've seen it, and there's even pictures that are hanging up at multiple different stables that depict some type of horned monster creature with giant footprints as well, and it's been seen walking around the Faron region. Well, you can actually do a side quest from Pin at one of the stables where you'll go under detective work to find this thing, and if you go to the Faron region, you can find exactly where this creature lives. Head to the lakeside stable in the Faron region, and just north across the lake, you'll find something very interesting. You'll come across a girl named Seema and a pack of these wild beasts, and as you get close, they're freaking adorable. These ferocious and feared beasts all over Hyrule are called Don-Dons, and there's only 5 of them that's been found so far, and Princess Zelda actually found them and started this little herd community of them in order to take care of them, and apparently they are obsessed with Zelda as they followed her around everywhere, according to Seema, and now Seema is in charge of taking care of these guys. But they actually have something very interesting with what they do, and I just had to share it because I think it's a cool thing that a lot of people probably don't even know at this point. Real quick, before we dive into these new creatures of Hyrule, stop what you're doing, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. You guys have been killing it lately to move up this bar because a lot of you watching this video right now are not yet subscribed. So stop what you're doing, subscribe, and then we can talk about the magic of the Don-Don. Like, seriously, did you subscribe? I'm watching you. Before we start talking about what these guys are used for, these guys were actually kind of revealed before really anything else. The very first reveal trailer, when it was called the Breath of the Wild sequel, we actually saw Zelda riding one of these down into the depths, it looked like. And this was supposed to be used, I guess, in the opening scene, and then as you can remember, this wasn't used at all. There was no Don-Don, and Link and Zelda are just walking alone. There was no giant bridge that they crossed over. This whole beginning scene, a lot of it never made it through into the final cut. So yeah, it's interesting that this Don-Don creature really didn't appear anywhere else in this game besides this little side mission in this one patch in the Faron region, which is pretty interesting. And honestly, I wish there were more roaming around in the depths, or maybe even some feisty ones, some evil ones that chased after Link, and maybe they had like infections from the gloom and they glue red instead. That would have been pretty cool. Now, we don't know much about these creatures and where they came from, what they even are, but we know there's only 5 of them that's been found in total, and that's it. And it's only here in the Faron region in this little farm area, which is very mysterious. There's no other information whatsoever, at least that I've found. The only info we have to go off of is from Seema, who was with Zelda, and once again, they seem to love people and chase after Zelda, for instance, to have fun with her, and they love luminous stones. As you can tell, their horns and body glows at night like the bright glow of a luminous stone. Now, one theory people could have is maybe they came somewhere from the sky, or maybe they came from underground when all the holes opened up, but that doesn't seem to be the case because Zelda actually found these and was able to herd them before even going into the castle with Link to investigate the ruins down below. So this was before the great upheaval and everything that happened after Ganondorf awakened. So where did these creatures come from? It's hard to say. Where were they hiding this whole time? Maybe they were in some type of caves or something within some of the mountains. As we can see, Zelda went down with Link underneath the ground, and then you can see a lot of other teams in Hyrule that have been doing surveying and digging into the earth. So maybe that's what happened. They started digging and looking for things, and some of these creatures were able to come out of some of the caves and catacombs underneath Hyrule, and they've just kind of been in the ground ever since. But at the end of the day, these guys are super cute and definitely not a threat. But what's their purpose here in Tears of the Kingdom? Well, you can feed them and they'll poop. No, like seriously, that's exactly what they do. But it's more interesting than that. Let me explain. So you have to give them luminous stones for them to eat. It's the only thing that they will digest. And each of them can hold up to about 5 at a time until they stop eating. So what you should do is place around 5 luminous stones in front of each one, and you don't even have to sit there and watch them eat it. You can go about your day or sit at a campfire, do whatever you need to do, and after some time, they will give you a reward. Not just poop, but they will give you a reward, I promise. Now, yes, you can be impatient like me and sit at a campfire and continue to go from morning to morning to morning, and I don't know exactly how long it takes, but it took me around 4 or 5 times going to each morning until eventually, voila, you will get some sort of gem. Now, the gems that you can get are sapphire, ruby, zonite chunks, opal, and even diamonds. So yeah, this is a pretty big deal, especially if you need zonite or diamonds, like I find to be the most useful, or Link in this case. All you have to do is feed them the zonite, and then wait some in-game time, and they will poop out some of the greatest materials for you to collect, which is a pretty cool thing, especially considering the fact I never knew what to do with luminous stones in the first place, so I didn't really collect them. So this is your warning, collect them. Oh yeah, you can also get amber too. But yeah, collect luminous stones. There are tons of caves throughout this game, and that's really why I wanted to make this video, because a lot of people will probably just pass up on collecting lots of the luminous stone, because what's the point? They don't sell for that much, but now you can see they are very, very precious. Now, I don't think there is an exact correlation to how many luminous stones you feed each Don. I've seen someone feed one luminous stone and they got 1 diamond back in return. So there's a good chance that there is some type of correlation, but people haven't really found it yet. So just try to max it out, because you could get 3 diamonds to drop, who knows? So I always lay down 5 for each one and then move on. I can tell you real quick where to start searching for your luminous stones if you really want to collect some. So right there, right beside you, are tons of waterfalls with tons of caves at the top of each one. And there are cave networks filled with tons of luminous stone deposits and chunks that you can break apart with bombs, or even using the spirit of Yunobo in order to just blow them to chunks and pick them up. There's lots underground as well, but this is the spot where you're going to find the gold mine for zonite chunks. You can also find them in the sky at a very particular location that continues to spawn. Go to the North Necluda Sky Archipelago, where you can find a little floating island, but it has tons of ore deposits and also luminous stone rocks on each part of the island, and you can just go around it and break them all down and collect luminous stones until your heart is content. Also, there is a sage's will there that you can collect. You might want to collect those to upgrade your sages. Then you just head back down to that same area and feed the Dons and then go about your business. This is a great way to farm different materials in order to sell them for more rupees, because we know how hard it is to get money in this game. Now, of course, if you didn't upgrade your Switch, you have the duplication glitch, and I'm sure a lot of people are just going to do that. That just is a lot easier. I can't blame you. But if you're playing the game like a true gamer, no, I'm not teasing anybody. I used a duplication glitch for a while, and then my Switch auto-updated. I'm salty. This is a great way to stop here, drop some luminous stones, leave, go complete some tasks that you need to do, and then come back in order to collect some gems, which is pretty awesome without using a duplication glitch. I guess my last and only question is, how can they poop these things out? Like, especially a diamond.